it going today, guys? Trucks and Water here, and in today's video we have a new mod for Brook. That's right, it's been on back order for 2 months, finally here. And you might be wondering, Josh, why are you popping the hood in the Tacoma? You have a warranty. Well, this mod does not void my warranty, which I'm very thankful for. But we have got a new Rough Country cold air intake. Yes, if you don't know, Rough Country does make cold air intakes. This one is for the 16 through 22, soon to be 23 Toyota Tacoma. It's a full system tube, heat shield, whole 9 yards. It's got everything with it. All these little boxes, of course. Gonna move my juice because I'm 5 in my water. And yeah, so we got all this. It looks almost like a K&N. It's really freaking cool what this looks like. So we got clamps, the rubber housing, the intake tube, some more rubber clamps and stuff, and then the this is just like the cold air intake pre-filter that you can put over your filter. I'll put that on later. But we're gonna go flop over to past Josh, and I went out and did a baseline run for MPG because this is a non-tune intake. So what that means is you're not supposed to tune your engine to make this work. But it's supposedly supposed to give you a little bit extra horsepower, which I'm not worried about that. But it's supposed to give you a little better economy. So fuel economy, city and highway. So like I said, we did a baseline run down the interstate and through cities. So let's go to past Josh and let's show you what's going on. Thank you, future Josh. What a sexy SOB that guy is. Alright guys, so we're gonna start the test. Like future Josh said, this is the baseline run of a stock Toyota Tacoma. No mods except for like a tonneau cover and stuff like that. Like no lift kit, like stock wheels and tires, whole 9 yards. Truck's got 4,842 miles on it at the filming of this video. We're gonna do a 100-mile loop on the interstate, and the national average speed for interstates across the United States, if you average them out, is basically 70 miles an hour. So I'm gonna lock the truck at 70, 50 miles down the interstate, turn around and come back 50 miles to the gas station, fill it up, wait 15 seconds, then top it off and see how many gallons it is and do the math. And we'll see what the truck says also. Then we're gonna do a city run, which I'm not sure how many miles that's gonna be, but we'll figure it out. Like a city style run of stop and go, red lights, stuff like that, and then same exact thing. So when we're done with the cold air intake, we'll compare it and see if it actually does anything to your mileage. All right, boys and girls, we have refueled and we are at 0 MPG. So me and I got a co-pilot now. Hello. So really? Hello. 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 So we're gonna do the first leg, which is the interstate, and like I said, we'll come back, fill it up, see what the computer says on the truck, and then we'll fill it up and then do the hand calculation to see how off is it, or if it even is off, and then we'll go from there. So hopefully we'll see. So we'll do the interstate driving right now. All right guys, we have done the first about 50-mile journey. We're averaging right now 26.9 miles to gallon. That's according to the computer on this thing. So we are going to go back on the interstate and head back to the gas station to see what the hand calculation is on that. And we pretty much averaged 70 miles an hour. We hit a little bit of traffic, which dropped it down to about 65. The active cruise control dropped it down, but other than that, we pretty much averaged 70 miles to a gallon. So we're gonna go back on the interstate and make the loop back up to the gas station. We are pulling in. Oh crap, that's a freaking state trooper. Anyways.
We don't have any dark tint.
Yeah, no. We are pulling in. It is, we're at 4,948 miles right here. Let's see what the truck says my average fuel economy was. Okay, so average 26.6 miles to a gallon. So I will find out my old MP, or my old mileage when we started, then do the math, and then we'll do it from the pump. It took, after the 15 seconds also of waiting and make sure we top it off, took 3.868 gallons. The math is 26.88, so it actually got better than what the computer said.
Crazy for a 4-wheel drive pickup truck.
Yeah,
that's
V6.
Insane.
Now we're gonna do the city portion, so it's gonna be interesting on that. All right, so the next portion of this leg is gonna be 31 miles one way and back, so 62 altogether. So that's gonna be cities. It's gonna be mostly like 55 and under driving through stop and go red lights, traffic, stuff like that's what we're doing it as. And we're gonna try to do pretty much a speed limit everywhere we go. So that's kind of what we're kind of doing with this. And then Hunter was staring at me. There's Hunter. All right, guys, you won't believe it. So we're coming up around the halfway point. We're gonna turn around. We're at 27.4 miles to a gallon doing city and just a little bit of highway cruising. Not on the interstate, we're just doing highway cruising. 27.5 now. This is interesting. This is interesting information.
It's extremely interesting.
So,
because we've hit a lot of stoplights and traffic.
Yeah, we have. 27.6. All right, guys, we're about to pull up to the gas station right now. Now, according to the computer right now, I'm averaging 27.6 miles to a gallon. It actually got up to 28.5 on this city highway backcountry cruising, which is insane. See how accurate it is. It's pretty accurate before on the interstate, but we'll see how accurate it is right now. Like I said, this is a full drive V6 SR5 Tacoma. Now, granted, it's on stock wheels and tires. You know what my Tacoma looks like. So it's not a leveling kit or in wheels and tires as of yet. But pulling into this gas station again for the third time. People probably think I'm insane here. Stopping. Don't worry about the check light. It's just for the 5,000 mile checkup. It's just that's what Toyota does. So the trip on the computer to the gas log is not right. So actually, I got 24.63 miles to the gallon city on the city side. Okay, so that does make a little bit more sense. The computer was not right on that one. Still very good, still very, very good, but highway did beat it out, which I would imagine so anyways. That's kind of what we're at. I mean, that is what it is. So the computer was not right on that, but it was pretty much on par with highway. Now back to future Josh. Now we're back. So this is not going to be really a how-to step-by-step install guide. Rough Country provides you with some good instructions, so make sure you follow that. But basically, we got to take the cover off, and then you start working your way around this, taking everything off of this and stuff like that. And basically, that's how it's going to go. Redo all your sensors into that one, and then we should be good to go. So, as you can see from past Josh, we got some pretty good numbers, 26 highway and 24 city. So I'm really interested to see if this does work. This intake, like I said, it basically looks like a K&N, but it costs $150 compared to K&N's like $300 to $400 depending on where you get it. Like, if you're not looking to, because if I tune this truck, I void my warranty, and I don't want to void my warranty, so this is the best route to go. So we'll start tearing into this and I'll update you as we go. First off, we'll do a quick startup and rev that way, because it's supposed to also give you more noise and like stuff like that, which I'm not. It's a V6, but we'll do a comparison. So we'll do an initial startup and of the stock cold air, the stock intake on it. So we got the cover off the top of the intake. We got this sensor unplugged. Got the clip for the wire for the sensor undone. So then we gotta start loosening up these clamps. So we got the top of the air box undone. All the clamps are loose. The breather tube is undone. So we work on taking all this stuff out and then swapping over the sensors and stuff like that. So we got the mass airflow sensor out, which I checked the fitment on the tube. It fits very, very well. Got all the actual air box out. I just put the studs in for the new stuff right here in 3 locations as it says, and we'll keep going from there. But so far so good. Knock on truck, it's going very well for an install. All right, boys and girls, we got the cold air intake installed. Look at that thing. It's all clamped up. All the connections are there. Looks absolutely good. I'll probably zip tie this up somewhere, zip ties back to the harness to keep it up like that. Just to keep, you know, but it looks super, super good. Very happy with it. Went in like a breeze. But the only note I can say, guys, is when you install this rubber gasket around it, make sure you install this before you put this in. Makes it a whole lot easier. It looks good. So we'll put the cover back on it and then I'll show you. Well, there she is, guys. I got the little cover on it too. The little sticker right there. It says Rough Country Off-Road Performance. It looks really, really good underneath this hood. Matches the truck really, really well. We're gonna get the initial startup. initial drive right now. I'm gonna drive down to the local spray off station just to spray the truck off so you can get my initial drive in. A lot more like deep throttle tones coming from the truck. As you heard, it kind of has like a blow off sound, but inside the cab, I don't know if you can hear it, it just sounds a lot more throaty. I don't know how else to explain it, but it sounds really, really good. I like it. I don't know if it really increases horsepower because we had to put on a dyno before and after, but it definitely seems like it livened up the throttle a lot compared to like when it was stock. We'll get kind of a pull here in a second. The road goes from a 30 to a 50, and I'll get on it and see how it feels at that point. Like I said, I'm not doing the MPG test till, well, you'll all see it later on the video, but in real time right now will be the next day because I just ran out of time. It's 8 o'clock right now. I gotta get ready for, got work tomorrow, so yeah, so. Oh yeah. That's a lot more throaty. Holy crap, that's a lot more throaty. But at normal engine speeds, normal idle, it just, you can't hear it. It doesn't drone or anything until after you get above like 2,000, 2,500 RPM. So like, if you're just cruising and whatnot, you should be okay. So I just got done spraying off the truck at the self spray off real quick. So far I've noticed is that the truck, I'm not gonna say increase horsepower like I said before because like we don't have a dyno, I can't prove that. But it does seem a lot more eager is how I can put it to get up on power, like to like climb RPMs and like it's a little bit more snap. I just did a loop, went up the interstate about 4 or 5 miles, went down this little highway, the back way to the self spray off car wash. And I usually would average like 22 and it averaged 23 going there. So I can't confirm it because I don't have the data, but we'll see. Well, you all seen this video, but when I do the actual driving part, the testing tomorrow, I'm very interested to see how this is going to play out. I mean, it said on the rough country it increases horsepower and MPG. Doesn't say by how much because there's so many factors. Granted, this is a perfect test subject. I'm a stock truck. I have no aftermarket weight. I guess like wheels and tires, lift kit, bumpers, anything like that. I mean, I got a tonneau cover, but whoop de freaking do, it's a tonneau cover. So I'm very interested to see how this is gonna play out. I think it's gonna play out really, really well, actually. So far, I love the deep throatiness of it that it makes, and even the little like sounds like a little turbo blow off. It's kind of funny, but other than that, I'm pretty satisfied with it. I am very, very satisfied with it. All right, guys, we are now going to do the intake portion of the MPG test. So I just looked on my maps. Apparently there's a wreck down 75 and stuff like that. So I'm gonna do the city route first, city drive and stuff like that. Like instead of doing it the other way, that way we can get this traffic cleared up and the wreck cleared up, and then I'll run the interstate route. Just like before, same gas station, fill up the truck, wait 15 seconds, top it off, and then we'll get on our leg of our journey. So it should be good. I'm really interested to see what the MPG is gonna be, because I have no idea. I don't know if it's gonna help it, it's gonna hurt, it's gonna stay the same. I really don't know. I'm trying to base this off of what I know, so I don't know. We'll see how it happens, but it should be really, really good. We are off. I just filled up, doing like I said, the exact same route, exact same mileage, exact same location. Nothing has changed about that, which is a good thing. We're trying to keep this as scientific as possible. Now, I can't control traffic, I can't control how many people on the road, unfortunately, but I think we're gonna get some really good result numbers. So here we go. We just made it back to the gas station, did the city loop, so I'm gonna fill it up real quick. I'll do the math here in just 1 second on the total distance back and forth. But what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold off until the end to tell you all both numbers. I just filled up. So now we're gonna do the highway part, same as before. Gonna do the 100-mile loop, so it should be a good test. So it should be really, 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 really good test. We'll get some good data numbers. So we just got done with the highway run. I'm about to pull into the gas station here in just a second. I'm really interested to see what we got. I don't know what to expect. So like I said, we just got done with the city, and then we're getting about done with the highway, so we're pulling back in. Like, I try to make this 1 of 1 to 1 to 1 I can't control certain things like traffic and temperature and, you know, all that fun jazz. That does play into Evolve. So, I'll pick you up when I get the final numbers. The moment you have been waiting for this whole entire video. So, it's kind of getting dark out. So, on the stock intake, I got highway 26.8, city/back roads 24.6, okay? Now, highway was about the same. It was 26.6 when I just average it out. Now, again, there could be I think that's going to be common because you're just cruising. And I got higher RPMs when it comes to, you know, interstate driving, you know? So the highway basically was roughly the same. Now, city/back roads where it gets very, very interesting. So like before on the stock intake, I got 24.6. On the new with air intake, the rough country, it averaged out to 27.66 miles to a gallon. So literally a 3 miles to a gallon difference on city/back roads. Now, I don't know what the contributing factors. I'm a data-driven guy. I love data. I love numbers. I love stuff that's not artificial. You can see the numbers, and that is absolutely insane. I don't know if it's because it's the lower speeds when we hit cruise control for the short stints, but I definitely can tell with the truck, with this cold air intake, that it's not struggling as much as it used to. It doesn't want to climb RPMs at every hill. It doesn't want to, like, jump up in RPMs or downshift or whatever. It's nice and mellow. And I think this had a big contributing factor because it's just a straight shot of air into the throttle body. It doesn't go through all the bolt crap, twists and turns and baffles and whatever else is in a stock air intake. It's very free-flowing and straight into it. So, as of right now, guys, I would say buy one. It really will help out your truck. Like I said, I've got a stock SR5, no leveling kit, no lift kit, no wheels and tires, no nothing on it as of yet. But this is very interesting data, so I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun filming this informational video. If you like the video, leave a like. New to the channel, please subscribe to the Trucks and Water family. We're constantly growing, changing, trying new and better things. I hope you all have a great day, and remember, never give up on your dreams.